Hi, this is Joni Doe, aka Joanna. You may also call me Master. Game Master, that is. Woes of Flintshire is the LARP that I have been developing. I started developing it for a group of my friends. We normally play a tabletop role-playing game, but we decided to branch out into live action role-playing. So I hope you join us and we'll find this really fun and a good time. The story of Woes of Flintshire is set in a post-apocalyptic world where the Midwest is under a feudal system with King Radimir at its head. Radimir has been away at war, and while he's away there's been a lot of political intrigue. And so that's where our story pretty much takes place. The war has ended, Radimir has not returned, but instead his younger brother, Prince Jovian, has decided to come back to Flint Castle. For the purposes of our game, our location, the pavilion you see in the picture here, is Flint Castle. Quick schedule recap. 11:30 will be set up for the Game Master and the non-player characters who can arrive that early. 12:30, any volunteers for setting up the game and food prep are welcome to show up at 12:30. 1 o'clock we'll have an out-of-character social so we can do any rules Q&A or just getting to know one another, kind of meet and greet sort of thing. Then at 2 o'clock we'll have regular arrivals, but we'll be focusing on costume and prop prep and character sheets if we need to do that, and just anything last minute work that we need to do to get focused on the game. At 2:30 I will be sounding a horn. This will start the feast. So Prince Jovian will be arriving on scene, and so will the rest of the characters and players. At 3:30 we'll be clearing the food away, and we'll be focusing on the tabletop challenges. I'll go through that in a little more detail later. 4:30 will be the tournaments. We have archery, guns, sword duels, and jousting. These are all padded weapons, Nerf weapon kind of things. Again, I will cover the tournament aspects in more detail, a little bit later. 7 o'clock will be the end of the game. No matter where we're at the game, it will be called at 7. And then we'll have to clean up. The park closes at 8 o'clock. So anybody who would like to stay and help us just clean up any darts, any decorations, whatever that's left on scene, we'd really appreciate that help. That way we can be out before 8 o'clock. Okay, so the parking situation is like this. It's all dirt parking. I don't have a very good photo of it for this video just yet, but it is very small parking. So we will be parking really close to the pavilion if we have food and different things to unload, and then parking in the further away spot by 2:20, 2:25. That way we're all ready to get staged in our proper locations. The 5 factions, as you can see from the markers here, are the Foresters. They are led by the Sheriff of Flint. We also have Nobles and Knights. Ironstorm is a mercenary unit. Misfits are just basically characters who aren't associated with any particular side. And Forest Hoodlums are followers of Wren of Richfield, who was a noble person that lost his title because he is feuding with the sheriff because of the sheriff's corrupt deeds. So at the start of the game, characters will be at different starting points, and then the horn will sound, and that will be everybody's signal to go ahead and come to the pavilion where the feast is being held, and then Prince Jovian will arrive on scene. Inside of the pavilion we'll have tables that will also have markers designating where the factions are going to be seated. Now, of course, players have total autonomy with their characters on changing loyalties or their associations as the game plays out. Alright, for food, we will have any side dishes that players bring, and we will also have some grilled chicken, barbecue chicken, and grilled salmon. Questions, concerns, food allergies, or anything related to the menu, you can leave a comment below. Also, I will have my contact information in the description. Okay, moving on to the tabletop games. The tabletop games are actually just little mini challenges that are to challenge the player, particularly as your character, and using your particular character's skill sets. The 4 NPCs will have a game each. Harper, the awkward bard, will have a music challenge. It's going to be about musical patterns. Lady Tihari will have a riddle, just challenging your wit. The Bishop of Perry, he will have a little wooden puzzle to solve. This is kind of challenging like the mechanic skills with puzzles. And then Prince Jovian, his challenge will be a poison challenge. So you're going to have to guess which cup is poison. The kind of poison he's using is just going to be one that will knock your character unconscious if they fail the challenge. This one is directly related to the Ranger's abilities with the herbals and the poisons. So any character type is welcome to play any challenge, but just bear in mind what your character's knowledge and skill sets will be, as well as your own as a player. Now, the in-story purpose of the games, other than just for fun, is so that your characters can turn their plastic silver coins into plastic gold coins. The gold coins will be used to buy your spot within the tournament. It will take 2 gold coins to enter any particular tournament your character would like to try their hand at. So, for example, we have archery, guns, those are going to be target practicing, and then we have swordsmanship and jousting. Now, the sword and jousting will have 8 slots, and they will be competing in these little brackets here. So the first person to buy into their jousting, for example, will be the first person in the jousting tournament. Same with the swordsmanship, and so we'll just fill out the brackets in that way. The next will be archery and gun. These are going to be target practicing, and so with these we'll just have like everybody who's doing archery will be shooting at the targets, and then we'll have 3 rounds with increments to get further and further away, and whoever has the best score at the end will win. And then we'll have the gunslingers will be competing, same thing with the targets. I will be giving special suction cup for the guns and the archery, just to make sure that we have ammunition that can stick to the boards to better judge these competitions. Alright, and then we'll have our winners and things like that awarded. Now, the game, we do request that players don't get into all-out conflict before these tournaments start. That way everybody has a chance to earn their gold coins and to get into the tournaments, and hopefully the tournaments will become into like a complete what's the word I'm looking for, mass battle royale. We don't want a complete battle royale too early into the game, but we will be using the rogues. You can still steal stuff during the social times, during the feast, during the tabletop games. Mechanics might be called on to fix things. Rangers or healers might be requested to do something during these parts of the game. So even though we're low combat, we still want to provide a lot of opportunities for all character types to be called on to do something significant. And there will be a lot of story hooks and intrigue, mystery, and fun to keep everybody occupied. So this, I think, concludes most of our major logistics and run through of how the game will be played out. If you have anything that wasn't covered in this and isn't in like the rule sets and stuff like that, please comment below, send me a message. Again, my contact information will be given in the description of this video. Thank you.